Attention, attention. The president of hip hop is about to speak. Please pay attention. This is your president of hip hop with an urgent message. I'd like to give you a direct quote from a presidential candidate, Ron Paul. Let you know what he's thinking about you. He said, I think we can safely assume that 95% of black males in the city are semi-criminal or entirely criminal. He's talking about D.C. D.C. has the largest population of educated black people, larger than any other part, any other state, any other area in this country. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hello to everyone around the world. Thank you for taking our time to hear the support message from your president of hip hop. It's been brought to my attention that we have guys running for presidency. Ron Paul. He was a Republican congressional candidate back in '92. Well, it didn't take me long to find out some dirt on this guy, but the reason that brought it to my attention is because one of his people or one of his supporters is on YouTube, and they're playing a little song with that could maybe possibly have a hip hop, tone to it. So they're trying to say he's the president that the hip hop people should be voting for. So let me just hit you with a little information, and I'm going to do it real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to need about 3-4 minutes of your time. I'm going to keep it short. So I'm just going to hit you with this information, and I'm going to let you make a decision for yourself. Because as hip-hoppers, the hip-hop community did not endorse who we're going to vote for yet. So hold that thought until all the information is in so we can make a good decision. That's what I'm asking you. Because right now, I'm the president. So let's get back to what we're talking about here. Back in 1992, on January 22nd, 2007, Ron Paul was the lone member out of 415 people voting to oppose. Now, he was the only member who voted to oppose a House measure to create a National Archives exhibit on slavery and Reconstruction. Think about it. What does that mean? Let me read that again, the end part. He voted to oppose the House measure. He was the only person to create a National Archive and exhibit on slavery and Reconstruction. Think about it. Now, with that being said, he also called Barbara Jordan, a former U.S. Representative Barbara Jordan, who we all know and love. Remember her from Rodney King. We remember her from a lot of time from the floods. She was one of the first people to stand up for black people. Listen to what he said about her. He said, U.S. Representative Barbara Jordan is a fraud and a half-educated victimologist. Now, if you don't know what that means, look it up. Victimologist. This woman is a dignified, educated black woman. Nobody's victimizing her. She's making sure that we, the people, don't get victimized. So, make your own decisions on that now. Remember, his name is Ron Paul. He's running for president. He wants your vote, hip-hop. He also said that 85% of all black men in Washington, D.C. are arrested at some point. Hey, that doesn't match up with what I know. Washington, D.C. has the largest black population of educated people. I'm talking about people with degrees and masters and doctorates. Make your own decision, baby. He's trying to represent you. Now, I can go on and on about this guy, He's from Texas, and we all know about those Texas politicians already. Okay, now the last thing, and I really thought this was interesting because the words was kind of really funny, for someone who claims they're not a racist, but you make your own decision. He's trying to get your vote. Paul reported on a gang crime in Los Angeles. He reported on gang crime in Los Angeles and wrote, "If you ever been robbed by a black teenage male, you know how unbelievably fleet-footed they can be." Now, I'm not really sure what he was meaning by that, but just to put that in the sentence there, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But you make your own decision. Paul said that his comments came out of context. Were taken out of context, and he was relating them to the current events in D.C., speaking about the crime and things of that nature. But and he also said that he opposes racism. But again, he said right here, if you ever been robbed by a black teenage male, you know that they could be unbelievably fleet-footed. Whatever that means. But it don't sound good for the black people. So in his defense, he did say he doesn't agree with the draft. He did equate the draft with slavery. And I want to quote what he did say here. "A government that is willing to enslave some of its people can never be trusted to protect the liberties of its own citizens. I hope all of my colleagues join me in standing up for individual liberty by rejecting H.R. 163. Find out what it is, people. H.R. 163. They're trying to bring back the draft. Check on that. That part, I'm feeling them there. The rest of that stuff, I don't know. I'm not feeling nobody who don't feel Rosa Parks. And with that being said, let me get back to the last thing that I didn't like about this guy, because I did add some good because I wanted to bring some balance to this. So the last part of this was that the reason, and I thought this was a weak reason, and if somebody who really cares about the history and the culture of hip-hop and of the black community and of the working people in this country, basically he says he did not vote for Rosa Parks. They wanted to give a medal for Rosa Parks. He voted against a medal for Rosa Parks. The medal was made of solid gold, and he said that it came in at a high expense. So he did not vote for it. But he did say he'd give up $100 to help buy it. I don't know. Those are the facts. I'm going to bring it to you raw. I'm going to bring it to you live. Right now, I'm the president. Ain't nobody getting past me. I'm going to let you know what's going on with these people. Thank you for your time. Remember, this is the guy who's trying to get your vote. Ron Paul is his name. Look him up. Do some research on him. He's trying to get your vote. Thank you for giving me your time. It's always appreciated. Remember,
he is the president of hip-hop.
We need your help, hip-hop. The world is depending on us. They need our help.
In the world today, he is the president of hip-hop. He's here to save you from the ignorance.
Link up.
The world today. He is the president of hip-hop. He's here to save you from the ignorance in the world today.